Good afternoon, I'm Christine Diffey. LSJ News has learnt that Lincolnshire Police are receiving on average 30 calls per day from people who say they're being beaten up by their partners. The figures show that the reporting of domestic violence is going up in the county year on year.
Well, Ellen, you get most of your vitamin D from the sun, and it's also found in a small number of foods, including oily fish and eggs. However, if you don't have enough vitamin D, it can affect the way your body absorbs calcium.
Over the years, it's been somewhat of a taboo subject, but more people are starting to talk openly about it. Making love? Doing it? Call it what you like. I'm going to be exploring the world of sex.
Well, here at Channels Farm, they produce enough carrots for if you were to line them up, they'd go 3/4 of the way round the world. Well, we're going to find out what they do here to protect these from the frost. I'm here at RAF Waddington, where earlier the Deputy Prime Minister, Nick Clegg, came here to give the troops a speech. He commended their efforts in Libya, telling them that they were guardians of freedom. Now, I've spoken to some of the troops here, and they tell me that morale is high and that their efforts really do make it all worthwhile. Christine Diffey, LSJ News, RAF Waddington.
Enough watching, it's time for me to put on my gloves. It's not something I usually do, but I'm going to give it a go. This was my first time inside the ring, and I was scared. So earlier I had a training session here at Bracebridge Boxing Club, and it's safe to say it's definitely harder than it looks. Now, they've seen the number of female members coming to this class up over the years, and they're hoping that with females being able to compete in the Olympics, it will raise the profile of the sport.
From the public library to the school library. I went to find out where storytelling starts, so I headed to Nocton Primary School in Lincolnshire.
His eyes are orange. His tongue is black.
Here's my top tips for saving water. Number 1. What's this t-shirt doing in here? I've got to make sure the machine's full before I do a full wash. What a waste of water.
He was like, let's go for a walk. And he was in a tracksuit. We started doing fumbles and we were kissing against the living room door. Very embarrassingly, under my breath, said, "It's my first time." And then when he left, I was like, oh my God, I've just had sex.
Condoms, of course, they're the only things that are going to prevent sexually transmitted infections. So they're always a plus, and we always encourage use of those, even if you're on another contraceptive method.
The Terence Higgins Trust work in partnership with NHS Lincolnshire to provide sexual health advice to young people across the county. Throughout the year, staff set up stalls like this one in clubs and bars to raise awareness of sexually transmitted infections. They offer free chlamydia tests for 16 to 25-year-olds and give out condoms and other freebies to encourage people to take a test. Just over a quarter of men and nearly half of women aged 16 to 24 have been tested for chlamydia in England. Looking at Elliot, you wouldn't know that there is anything different about him, but this is not the case. Over 2 million people are diagnosed with diabetes in the UK, but only 10% of these suffer from the type 1 condition. And Elliot is one of those. He injects himself 4 times a day. Having done this for over 5 years, Elliot says he is used to it by now, but he has had to face some challenges in the past.